Today's webinar is coming to you through SCORE. It is a regular Friday feature that we do called Drop-In Mentoring with Tom. And it's a time when you can come in and you can ask your questions and you can be mentored, but also we try to have something of value that you can go to the bank with, that you can put into action right away. And today we're going to quickly go through a process that is a part of your business planning for a nonprofit. We use, with a number of small businesses, a tool called the One-Page Business Model Canvas. We have taken those concepts and we have adapted them, I have, to apply to nonprofits. One of the 9 fields that we fill in early on in the process as we use a canvas is who are your clients or who are your customers or who are your constituents. The language can change depending upon the kind of business you're doing. If it is a nonprofit business, then it is a little bit different, but it is still the same concept. Who are you trying to reach? Who do you reach out to when you are doing your work? We also have other fields like partners. Who are your partners? How are you going to raise your revenue? What is the nature of your communication? One of the key ones that goes along with customer segments is what are your value propositions? In other words, what value do you offer to the people and institutions who are among these segments? So I have a little PowerPoint I'm going to put up on the screen right now and ask that you just kind of pay attention to that with me, and we will go through it rather quickly. I think this will take about 15, 20 minutes for us to, and then if you're online, if you come live onto our Zoom link, which if you're on our SCORE mailing list, you will have received that link. And if you want to be on our SCORE mailing list, go to score.org/Central Valley. Sign up for the mailing list, and while you're there, sign up for a free mentor. This webinar has been designed by me with my own links in my own company, but this is being offered free through SCORE today. We're going to talk about introduction to nonprofit customer segments, types of nonprofit customer segments, strategies for identifying customer segments, engagement techniques for different segments, and case studies. Again, this is a preview of a longer webinar where we really dig in and work on it. So we're just going to hit the highlights today. The basics are that you need to identify the segments of the population that you're trying to reach and trying to help and trying to engage. If you don't identify your customer segments in any business, your reach will be too broad, your marketing costs will be too high, and you will not be specific. If you don't have a target, you'll never hit it. So here's some definitions for you. Customer segmentation involves dividing the audience into distinct groups based on shared characteristics and allowing for tailored strategies. Enhancing engagement, targeted strategies derived from segmentation can significantly enhance engagement with different audience groups, fostering stronger connections. And then it helps you boost your support. Effective customer segmentation can increase support for nonprofit initiatives by addressing the specific needs of each group. Everybody's not the same. Not everyone has the same interests. And to respect that and acknowledge that is going to save you time, effort, and money, and also enable you to reach the people you need to reach and who need to be reached by you. It will improve your communication because you can tailor your communication to the audiences that are hearing you. It will increase your donor retention, and it will help you develop your fundraising strategies more effectively. If you would like a copy of this webinar, go to my link at Linktree/Tom Sims. It's link to, and then the EE, you put the dot after the R and before the EE and /Tom Sims, and contact me there and ask for a copy of this. Or you can contact me on Facebook, or you can contact me on LinkedIn or some other way that you may know already how to contact me. Overview of common nonprofit segments. And this is where it gets very broad, unique, and specialized for nonprofits, because you have four basic areas of segmentation. You have your donors, the people who you serve by allowing to come alongside you and give of their finance. They're looking for somewhere to invest their donor dollars that is going to be effective. And the people who are looking for a way to express themselves in the community by volunteering. Then you have service recipients. And this is what people think of first when they think of your segmentation of clients and customers in nonprofits. But this is just only one of them. And then you have your community advocates, the people that support your causes, they influence public opinion. All of these people are folks that you need to bring along and are a part of the folks that you reach out to and you serve. Even if you're asking them to serve, you are serving them by providing an opportunity. There is more than one type. Now, about donors and benefactors, it is important to have financial support. You're not going to function in the nonprofit world without financial support. You must understand the motivations of the people who will give to your organization. Nonprofits have a unique place in our economy. They actually provide discounted services to the community that save government money, because a nonprofit dollar is going to go a lot further than the money that if the government has to put on the same service. And they have local accountability. They're accountable to local boards of people who are accountable to the community. You want to encourage repeat donations. And when we talk a little bit more about financing your nonprofit, you'll find that I recommend anyway, that you focus a lot of effort on getting people who give monthly, those small donors who give monthly or weekly or annually, but it's really helpful to have monthly donors. Your volunteers and supporters. These are the people that provide a crucial role to your nonprofit organizations. This is one of the reasons why I say you get it discounted, because the government really doesn't use many volunteers, but nonprofits thrive on volunteers. SCORE, for instance, is an organization that has 10,000 volunteers, most of them mentors across the country, and and less than 60 employees. And so our budget goes a long way toward helping small businesses get off the ground and thrive. And we are, I think, a great example of a well-run nonprofit organization. Even our executives, before you get to the national level, our regional vice presidents are all volunteers. You have to understand the motivation, though. Why do people want to serve? They want to do something meaningful and they want to make a difference. And you have to know that in order to keep volunteers engaged, they want to be a part of a community. They want to get to know people. They want to have friendships that develop around what they are doing. You don't exist without people to serve and causes to serve. And so there are certain target groups that you are focused on. You have to understand their needs and provide for their needs. And you're always looking to improve your services. Some of these folks are going to be your future donors. Some of them are going to be your future volunteers. They're all going to give testimony to what you are doing and how you've helped them through some very difficult times in their lives, perhaps, or through some opportune times. Strategies for identifying your customer segments. How do you find these people? Well, there are standard data collection methods. You can do most of it from your office chair in your office over the internet. You need to pay attention to customer behavior insights and identify trends. You need to learn to use your Google tools, all the other tools. You need to learn to observe. This is a subject for a much longer webinar, but all of this is at your disposal. You have to have an eye for data and an interest in data. You can also use surveys and feedback mechanisms. You understand your customers' preferences by implementing effective data collection methods, and you allow yourself to track donations and volunteer hours effectively. There's no substitute for your tracking, for your statistical work, for doing your metric work, customer behavior insights, and identifying trends. All of that is important. Oh, and it's also, I repeated it, didn't I? Because I didn't go forward with my slides. Well, there's not a perfect webinar out there, so I'm not going to go back and try to make this one perfect. You want to understand their preferences. You want to adapt your strategies to address their preferences, and you want to keep identifying and engaging different segments. In order to do these things, you need something called CRM tools and software. And effective data management through CRM tools, client management software allows you to effectively manage and organize your donor and volunteer information in one centralized platform. You can segment your audience so that you're sending out different messages to different people. I don't mean contradictory messages. I just mean tailored messages. And then engagement in your metrics analysis. Different techniques for different segments may involve tailored emails, targeted newsletters, and always involves understanding people's preferences for how do you communicate. We always ask people in SCORE and in all my nonprofits, how do you want to be communicated with? Text, email, telephone, newsletter? You just want to wander on to Facebook and see what's there? How do you want to be communicated with? Segment-specific development is one way. Creating programs tailored to specific segments enhances engagement and satisfaction among supporters. You want it to be meaningful, and you want your supporters to know that you're committed to them, that you appreciate them, and set up appreciation processes and ways of focusing on your expression of thanks. You want to build long-term relationships with your client segments. These relationships are important. They're probably more important than anything else. In a world where people are more and more divided, they want to be in the place where they have a sense of belonging. You need to build your strategies around that. And then, of course, you need to be very intentional about recognition and appreciation. Now, case studies are coming soon. We don't have time in this brief webinar for case studies, but we certainly would love for you to contribute those, whether you're getting this on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever you're watching this, listening to this. Add your case studies, add your thoughts, and then let's talk about successful segmentation strategies in nonprofit. You develop your strategies around the segments. I keep saying it over and over again, but that's what this webinar is about. You target your outreach and look at what other people are doing. Look at what the best practices are. What's working for other people's and organizations. And that's what we call best practices, excellence. And not so much copy, but learn from those and adopt some of those strategies. Find out what the industry leaders have learned. Read, observe, keep up with the trends. What are the unique challenges that are faced in your industry, which is the nonprofit industry? Where are there opportunities of growth for growth? And keep track of the lessons that you are learning along the way. Share them with others, by the way. Take innovative approaches. Make sure you're using social media. Plan events that are interactive and be creative. In conclusion, I can't say it enough. Customer segmentation allows you to get the message out in the most efficient, meaningful, and cost-effective manner. You need to tailor your strategies to the segments that you're trying to reach, and you need to learn from best practices. And let me see if anyone has any questions today. If not, I'm going to check over now on Facebook and see if there are any questions coming up there. There are no questions on Facebook. There are no questions in Zoom. I think that pretty much covers it. And so I thank you for dropping in, and we will see you next time.